Okay, folks, so we're officially streaming. You'll excuse me as I sit down this week. But yeah. So yeah, so not a heck of a lot happening in terms of just like notes and stuff like that. I did want to, I think the only real thing is just kind of catching up on everything, and then I wanted to ask on like GDC rides and that sort of thing. Yeah. So yeah, we've got we had a bunch of stuff that's due this week and last week, which we missed. Sorry about that. And for 08, that we mostly got done. I did not get my effects animation done because yeah. But the GUI came out really well so far, and it's in progress. So yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Maybe the video of it, because well, that's the menu. If you have actually the latest video showing the main menu and the GUI.
Go for the S4 video.
Okay, you go for the full M4V.
Yeah.
It's
like 720p, but it should.
Yeah, it should. It cuts off, or it just stops playing. That's the issue. Wow. Probably. It's not buffering.
Yeah, I did
or at least not
the
visibly.
video first, and the second time I forget and I did 720p.
Okay.
You can just download it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you download it.
Yeah, we're just gonna download this.
It's pretty small.
Yeah, 7 megabytes. Why is that not streaming? Because everything is running at a snail's pace. Okay, wow. So yeah, here's an image. There's an image of it.
Yeah, this looks
of the GUI.
not as good as
it looks not as good as the image. Yeah. The animation just kind of makes it to me, like that little cocking and loading kind of animation you get. Hey, Jessica.
Yeah, it was pretty.
You can move my shit if you want it. You can grab a chair over there. Use that. Hang on a minute. If you answer for you.
Why? What happened? What happened?
Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna take forever. I am at 0.9 megabytes after like a minute and a half of downloading.
So we should talk about it and then get back to this when we can.
Wow, that is insanely slow for CalArts. Okay, thank you, IT. I wonder if we're even streaming properly.
Maybe that's why it's slow.
Well, yeah, but it usually doesn't slow down that much.
Yeah, you can normally look at GIFs and stuff.
Okay. Well, anyway, so the GUI is looking good so far, and we're getting close to having that functional and everything as well.
So, yeah, the main thing is that the animation I did is animated through frames in the animation system, which got a huge upgrade. Actually, I didn't touch it until wow, and I don't know. I thought it's changed a whole bunch of things. It's really easy to do. But what would be great is just animating everything by code. So whatever you get, new arrow ups or whatever, you just have the branch of weapon that moves and slides and stuff like that. Just animated, with the clamps and stuff like that. Yeah. Besides that, I think it kind of works visually. I think the UI is in perspective.
I think it does too.
It actually gives sort of. If you had another, UI on the other side, maybe something else, it would actually give this sense of depth and aim also.
Yeah.
So it actually,
I guess the decision we have to make from here is now do we want to extend this and actually make a cockpit that you're inside of? Because now we have GUI elements in perspective. It would make sense if they were being beamed in from your cockpit.
That's totally doable.
That's something we can consider for down the road, I think.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's going to be do we want to do full cockpits? Do we want to do individualized cockpits? Because I want all of these to feel like individual racing machines that these guys really just love and care for like crazy.
Yeah.
So it's to what degree do we go into that? So
I guess
those
we
are.
should just consider that for the long run.
Yeah, but for now, the idea is there at least. It looks great in the current form, and it's very expandable. It looks, it's something we can work with.
I mean, I can just design UI in 2D and then bring them to Symfony or whatever, extrude it, just create it in 3D, and it's really light. It's really minimum amount of polygon you can get, and and since the game is arena based, it's not really expensive anyways.
Yeah.
But the textures are just also like so colors. So, yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
So yeah, all that is good. And yeah, I think if you can just show the video, just
Yeah, whenever
maybe
it-
move on.
Whenever it loads, I'll show that. But yeah, so we went through a couple of different things. We have a
I really like the
temporary logo as well.
The logo you made, and I really liked it. I went on something different because you showed me the pasta. But
No, I got you. I
this
got
is
you.
great
But-
too. This was a great iteration.
So like Teo did, like we kind of went back and forth a little bit with these.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
Teo did,
I feel the animated one.
yeah. Where is it show all actions maybe down below?
It's,
Wow, have we done that much recently? No, that's the. There it is.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, we did this, or he did this, which really cool little animated pixel art logo. I was like, that looks really nice, but I don't know if we're gonna go for the pixel art style.
Right. I'm thinking that we have much more of a vector sort of thing
Yeah.
going on than a pixel sort of.
And we're gonna change the texturing on the ships and all that sort of stuff as well. So there's gonna be some more,
Oh,
detail happening. So.
also more like 80s Tron
Right.
Yeah.
these things,
Yeah.
a little less shiny and maybe a little more like old school, cover for like Intellivision video games,
Mhm.
or like Commodore 64.
Right.
Yeah.
Something a little more plain maybe.
Yeah.
I like the gradient and all, but I think
Yeah, I think honestly, just a flatter kind of
plain,
look.
Yes,
But-
yeah.
In which I didn't post it, but I did take this and just whited it out, like just
Yeah.
blanked it, and it looks really solid.
It looks solid too, I'm sure.
So yeah, I did delete the PSD, or I didn't delete the PSD. I flattened it before apparently saving it like an idiot. So I no longer have exactly the access to this file, but it was easy enough to manage. But yeah. So yeah, we have a bunch of that sort of stuff, and it
yeah,
looks.
I think the menu was really fun. Yeah, this is a gift to we should work here.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That looks so good.
So hopefully the download is almost done with it. We can actually show off that. But yeah, that kind of gives you the idea of what we're going to do. We're not going to have, I don't think, swap like weapons that are going to be like directly swappable like this in terms of just like having a giant loadout and you like go through and scroll through all of them. But we can use this animation as we like pick up power ups or as we like change ships or whatever the abilities are. And the animation can kind of stay the same.
The idea wasn't to change it manually. Like it looks like a middle here. You press pause and you switch. But
Yeah.
it would be when you pick up something, you would actually scroll.
Right. So yeah, I think the functionality is awesome. I think it's gonna work great. I just like it's really cool. Yeah. There we go. And the video finally loaded. Maybe. Hey, Axel.
Sorry.
Yeah, maybe it loaded. So yeah, that's the full video with the with the mock-up of the menus and everything. So yeah, that's kind of that's what we'll have for now, and I think it's a great temporary sort of menu, certainly a temporary sort of UI in general, and then we'll refine and kind of like build upon it and make it
Yeah, I can really do both some better in terms
Yeah.
of maybe mixing and whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's looking great, and yeah, really happy with that. So yeah, good job.
Does the health part meant to be kind of used as like a line of sight too?
We're discussing that actually. So like, I don't know that I want the health bar like on that location specifically. So we'll kind of play with that and see.
We
You know?
actually, this is one thing we talked about, and that's going to be from work. We talked about having like a fighting game, like it versus,
Yeah.
so we got the bars, two players on top, and we just deploy. So yeah, I did that on the side because I don't know, I had like Mecha fighting game in mind, and you got the health integrity. And I like the idea that you could have at all time just the bar on top, two players, and you could also be able to quickly check what is your health and the other health.
So even if we don't use that bar as a health bar, visually it still works and it still communicates, and you can, if nothing else, we have the energy gauge right there, which is relevant and which is what we want, like we wanted there. So,
that could be the
yeah.
website and look it up.
Mhm.
Somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a nice take instead of like your traditional just crosshair.
Yeah. So we'll play around. I think is going to be
We also
the
do
deal
have
at this
the
point.
energy meter that we're gonna have to put somewhere, so that would serve a similar purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll have boost gauge, energy meter, and a couple other things that we have to.
There's actually some concept of F-bar on top, I think.
Really?
Yeah, only two-way visible, but I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Those.
One not.
Yeah.
That is shit. So yeah,
There we go. So just a couple of ideas, kind of just generally. One of just like health bars to put at the top, energy gauges to put on the bottom of them potentially, stuff like that. So
Yeah,
So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much. I wanted to ask. Yeah, let's go into textures. What is that?
I just cleaned up the geometry and laid
Okay.
out the UVs for the horn. So
Okay.
there's nothing painted on it.
Nothing painted, just okay.
Yeah. but
Cool,
laid
cool.
out. And right now I'm doing. I have to retopologize the Hannah ship because it's basically it's multiple meshes combined together. So I'm making it a unified mesh so it's
Okay.
easier to UV.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I actually haven't looked at the Hornet ship export thing here yet, so I assume it's great. But yeah. I'm a failure. I'm a failure.
Really?
And I wanted to ask, like, you get the idea that I'm kind of going across on the texturing examples that I have,
Yes.
that it's not really tied down exactly, but we just
Yeah.
kind of loosely, that's
Yeah.
the area we're going for.
And I apologize for not having anything.
Oh, no,
I've
it's
been
fine.
kind of dragging my feet on
Yeah,
this.
this is something that, like, the rest of, like, I want the GUI, I'd like to have the GUI and the sounds and all these things put into place for GEC, seeing as it looks like that's doable. Textures.
I feel like we have a lot of like design, like visual design iteration to do before we really settle on it.
Of course,
We're
of
gonna have to,
course.
like, throw some things at the wall and see what sticks.
Of course, yeah. There's a lot like of other things kind of in the way, and like the
Right.
textures is going to be something that's, like they were saying, it's going to be kind of a process of figuring out exactly.
That's why I kind of figured better have like both
Yeah.
shits laid out first, so
Yeah.
then you can tweak them as much.
Take
as
it
you want.
easy, kind of take your time with it. Get some kind of ideas going, because I'm not 100% final on any of this, because I kind of like the detail, like the low detail that's kind of on all of these that I posted. Just a kind of a middling amount of detail to them, but like you go from pixel art to like full-on painted detail with all kind of decals and stuff to like just basic shape. Like there's all kinds of variation here, so I'm not tied down and it's kind of funky and I don't really know where I'm
You
going.
could have an easier time to go for something more like the top example.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be easier to keep the art consistent if you decide to do stuff like more like flat shaders, without necessarily like what it's
Yeah, because that's a lot of time just on texturing. If you have your ships look like that, then you're going to have the whole environment look like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can get away with almost not having to use the anything with this.
With this here.
Yeah, you can do that almost without UVs, or at least without doing complete UVs.
Hmm.
My point is that it's just going to be simpler to
Yeah,
make
no.
something like that.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But, like, maybe, like, I think the colors are boring as hell. You could do something
Yeah, no,
simple.
this is really sloppy and awful.
And it's the sort of thing where it's like we can adapt this sort of style to whatever colors.
Yeah. And that was kind of like that's kind of what I was posting that one for. That it's just simple colors and simple textures and not really a whole lot of detail to it, as opposed to this one, which is significantly more detailed. But yeah, we'll have to kind of play around with all of that and find out exactly what's gonna work for us visually, I think. But so long as you get the idea that it's kind of just play with it right now sort of thing.
Understood.
Okay. Effects animation, like I mentioned, I kind of lost a week last week, so it didn't really get done. I've got some kind of working concepts. You can see my searches over here of different things. I'm thinking of just going this route, like going the Ness Psi magnet kind of route, where you keep the circle that we have already. You keep the sphere shape. Don't make it complicated or whatever. And you just have kind of a white sphere in the center. The white sphere is what leaves that little trail that we were working with that we have that really ties it all together, makes it look nice. And then just have a very simple kind of effects animation around it of just like lightning or some kind of energy just kind of pulsating out of it. Just very simple. I was using kind of this image as kind of a piece of inspiration, just a glowing circle with the little sphere in the center, just that sort of thing. Trying to figure out how to animate it, like what program exactly to animate it in, but.
You can do it with alphas.
Hmm?
You can do that with alphas.
Yeah,
Just have two
yeah.
cards on either side of the
Right. It's alphas. It's just finding the program that animates well enough. Because Photoshop is a nightmare to animate in terms of just animating straight ahead like
But
this.
what I mean is that you could do it in Maya. You made a circle and you put a glow on it, and then you put two circular cards like this, and then you just animated them spinning in Illustrator.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't
That's-
necessarily need it.
That's true. Probably get away with something like that.
You can make it scroll, and that's how you put it.
Yeah. Okay, maybe something I can try. I hadn't thought about the scrolling thing. That would probably get me most of what I need.
Just to make some drawings so much more easier. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's like if you can do it in Maya, I assume you can pretty much do it in
If
Unity.
it's just like one screen, and each card you could have scrolling, so if you really want to put many stuff on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'll play with that. Thanks for the suggestions. I hadn't thought of that. That'll make it a lot easier. Yeah, cool. So yeah, like I said, I'm working on it, but it's not there yet. Yeah, I'll get that. I'll get the ball pulsing some kind of energy or whatever. Jesus. Wow.
Sorry.
And I'll do some explosions and such, just to have some explosions. Happen. Just make sure it pulsates with the explosions. I need it throbbing. Yeah. Okay.
Pulsing, throbbing, pulsing.
Wow, guys. Jesus. Did we? I was about to say, did we have the energy system? That's the only other.
It works. It charges.
Okay.
It discharges. We just don't have a GUI element for it.
Okay. But the system itself is functional.
Yeah, and we can adjust
Okay.
all the costs and recharge rates and stuff down the line.
Okay, then that's as done as it needs to be. We just need a, I guess, just kind of another side of the GUI, something on the left to show energy, or something somewhere to show energy.
It's I think we might have. I'm going to talk to Taylor about this, but we might have decided to get rid of the boost meter and just incorporate that into the energy meter.
I think so, yeah.
Energy.
So not the bars and that, which is probably
Right. Probably you have your health / whole integrity bar, and you have your energy bar, and that's it.
Yeah.
I think that, again, we have to talk to Taylor about this, but I think that's sort of the direction we're going.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah. Energy system.
it's all there.
It's good.
So we just have to. Okay.
just one other thing I'll say is that do the list of, I think there's some draft, there's supposedly where we can put the weapon and ideas about weapons, but it would be nice also just to know what weapon or power-ups we can have, so maybe I can just start designing
Right.
simple icons for them.
Right.
Okay.
We have a
Yeah.
couple implemented already on the charge shot and the quick fire and
Pretty much any variation within that.
I mean, mine, charge or bomb, and then fire, and lasers.
yeah.
That's just the way.
Yeah. We don't have a set list of exactly what we're going to end up with right now.
But I mean, as soon as you get that, it would be really easy to just do a whole bunch of.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
we have the weapons over
Yeah,
there.
we have a list.
That those are currently unimplemented, but
These are ideas.
Yeah, that's what I base.
yeah.
Yeah, so we have that, and that's about the most developed thing we have. Taylor never got me any kind of I can't really say design doc because we pretty much just talked about it and agreed that the Trello pretty much covers everything in terms of a design document itself. All we're missing is, I guess, just a spreadsheet kind of values. And we met. We had a little playtest thing a couple of weeks ago to kind of fiddle with some of those values, and what we have seems to work. Pretty much what we seems fine for now. and then we'll figure out once we do have multiple kinds of weapons and power stuff in place, we'll figure out exactly how to balance them and stuff. But you know, loose stuff is there now, at least. Yeah. In terms of GUI, I'd say what you've got is probably fine for now. I wouldn't worry about it too much until we expand into having other things available.
And
Yeah.
Sound.
I talked to John and Derek, and they have files. Like they're going to be having files on the way. I mentioned the GDC thing, and they're like, "Yeah, that's no problem." So we'll have
what
stuff available
specific
soon.
Stuff was that going to be that's different than what you already have?
It's just going to be what we already have, I believe. So they're just going to be mixing them, and just doing the mixing and everything, and kind of exporting into OGGs.
Okay. Yeah, I already started doing some editing on what we already have.
So like mixing wise and that sort of thing,
Well, mostly taking the ones that were like multiple sound effects that are growing in one sound file and splitting that into multiple sound files.
Okay.
So that they can each be
Okay.
triggered individually.
I think they're going to be taking care of having them individualized. That was
Okay.
my understanding.
Okay.
So they'll have, like I said, OGG file versions of everything, so that's slower file size and like final mixing and everything else. So they're supposed to be taking care of that. They said no problem on having that done by end of next week, I guess.
But I do have some experience working with audio.
Yeah,
and music
yeah,
and
of
stuff,
course,
so
of course.
I can always do that sort of stuff when it's necessary.
So yeah, appreciate the effort. May not be necessary, but that's what I figured. It's just chopping up, I assume. So.
And then as far as actually getting it into the game,
Mhm.
I'm working on that right now. I'm
Okay.
not ready to snag it too, but it shouldn't be that hard.
Okay. But yeah, so everything's pretty much coming along way faster than I thought it was. I was asking to have basically what we're going to have by the end of this month done by the beginning of April. So
Cool.
good job, everyone. Like, wow.
really?
Yeah, like my cutoff, like when I showed in the first meeting, I had I wanted a relatively realized like playable demo with GUI in place, and the visual's not necessarily finished, but
You want something for GDC, so it's
yeah. But it's like since we're close enough, let's just go for GDC.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like we're not going to be exhibiting. Obviously, I'm not going to like show this off in any kind of show floor environment. But like as we're hanging out with people, be like, hey, you want to see what we're doing?
Yeah, no, it's
You know?
Right.
Right.
I heard Peter Molyneux is not a good shape.
I don't know. I figured I was going to go find him next to the rock paper shotgun booth, and we can all hang out as buddies, have some coffee or something.
Yeah.
I think that's
Oh,
Me too.
Poor
Really
guy.
cool choice.
That
was just
poor
totally
guy.
antagonistic.
That interview was horrible.
Totally unnecessary.
That was unnecessary. Oh, God. but yeah. So like I said, we'll have way more than I thought we were going to have for GDC, and that's awesome.
All right, let's.
Yeah. That's it for me. So, Coffee Cutie, do we have anything
I think
to?
we just have a non-meeting meeting today. Like
Okay.
we don't really. We're gonna have a separate meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not really much going on.
Not a lot happened in the last week.
Okay.
What you do, I guess.
Quinn and I have been really.
Yeah, I mean it's spring semester, like
Merp.
yeah,
But
it happens.
We have some really simple deadlines coming up for a couple small things, and we're
Mhm.
gonna have a meeting tomorrow,
Okay.
and then we're gonna discuss developing our game after portfolio day /
Sure.
film due date.
Sure.
And possibly even this summer, etc.
Mhm. Okay.
So.
So the outline is there, the plan is there, just on hold for now or what have you, waiting for busyness. Okay. Seems good to me. Anything happening over? Okay, just discussing meetings and stuff. Okay. All right. That seems fine. Cool. Yeah. Teo, did you want to go through your GUI system at all and talk about how you were playing and that sort of thing? I know we briefly mentioned
Yeah,
it.
I don't know, maybe I should. I would not mind because it would probably go way faster.
I don't know.
You know what? Let's try. If you just
Okay.
download the what's on the G drive. I will see if I can directly get it on your system.
Okay.
And,
You can download it at any reasonable.
Yeah, God.
oh, yeah, that's right.
What am I downloading?
Oh, so it's
Menus plus
way-
UI 08.
Yes. Otherwise, you can just stop the stream, and I can start another stream from my computer, I guess.
Okay.
Oh,
We can figure something out, yeah. Okay, this is an alright download speed. I assume we'll be hanging out on like 70 megabytes
do
or
you have a
something.
mouse for it?
Oh, did I bring my mouse today? I do not know. Nope, didn't bring my mouse. Sorry.
Oh, I got it. So you don't want to go?
No, I should. I'm sure we can do it because I can. Maybe you can just use because it's there.
See about that. Okay, downloaded. Sweet. So wait, what am I looking at? I've got
Oh, that's
just
the-
a menus folder.
Yeah, I call that menu, but then you got everything. That you get like multiple scenes.
Okay.
And,
So do I just load up Unity and load
Yep.
that as a project file?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So nice. Great.
I'll do that to you in general, I think. Either way.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so where is it? It's in the download?
Oh, let me see.
Go for it.
I'm not. Download, submit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Downloads. See right next.
No. No. Go back.
I don't know.
I'm gonna find
Okay,
it.
let me just.
It's in download menu plus 08. Okay.
Can I just open from here, perhaps?
Let me open the world folder because I feel like otherwise.
I'm not
So
sure.
menu. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Oh wait, that's
I'm not
odd.
seeing it at all, which is bizarre. Selected folder is not a no. Okay, never mind. Yeah, let's try.
Yeah, just open the asset.
I was gonna.
I mean, if you open menu 1, you should.
I was gonna just do that. Oh,
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
it's not unzipped. That's why.
Ah. Oh yeah, you just open
So-
directly the zip. Okay, my bad. Just
No,
the
that's
zip.
fine.
I'll just bring the menu to downloads. Extract. Yeah, actually should be okay.
No,
There you go.
actually, with. Extract.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it goes in your download.
Yeah. That's fine. Menus, there we go.
The rock.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So the way it works. Let me change that. 1699. Yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, should I just go over it like really quickly? Okay, cool. So yeah, so the way it works, it's actually really simple now that you have this 2D viewport. Basically, when you switch that to 2D viewport, you have your camera. So the camera is set up in orthographic because I set up the whole project for using it with sprites. So it would make sense to use a camera in orthographic, which is perfectly plain point of view perspective. So when all that is set in orthographic, what you see when you click on the camera itself, here with the handles is the camera viewport basically. So they expand that. That's exactly what the camera will see. And as you can see, there's another rectangle around, like another sort of plane behind, which is the plane where I use all the assets in the GUI. So try to see. Yeah, there we go. And this other plane is what they call now the canvas. So as you can see, if I click on that in the hierarchy, I have blue handles. Blue handles specifically for 2D objects. If I actually select the object F, the object itself, the canvas itself, in the 3D mode, I can still see that, but I can't really interact with it. I can only interact with it when I'm in 2D mode. And with that, so the canvas itself works like basically just a plane where you would put and just display all the UI elements, and all these UI elements are actually in the canvas itself. So as I click on title, the title is 08, and that's it. And god damn it. And the way it's working is that the title is a UI element created by Unity, and here you have like the way it's going to get displayed. You know, if the resolution change, you need to anchor the UI element, the sprites, at some specific place on the screen. Because obviously, when you get 1080p or just 800 by 600, you want your UI to stay the same proportions. So that's how you change all that. Basically, what you want is change all that in the main canvas, actually, rather than all the individual objects. But as I click on title, what I can do is, just like generate. And what's really neat is that you have all the guides. It's really easy and simple. So when you do a full 2D game, instead of calling by code where you place it, you just place it visually in this, and then the code serves to just swap sprites altogether. So that's a cool thing, and inside all that, what I have is I can directly change the color of my object, and my source object is this logo 1. If I check that, logo 1 is show in Explorer. It's just a PNG. It's a PNG I did on Photoshop. As you can see, it's not exactly the same aspect, because that's actually why the demonstration is probably interesting, because you can tweak sprites in Unity in order to achieve a specific look, and you can animate all that. So I just did this simple thing in Photoshop. I did it oblique, but obviously I could have done it straight, as you can see later, and then just rotate the camera, rotate the sprite itself. I can also rotate the sprite, just simple enough, and change the color of it, just tint it. So the original sprite, obviously white is the purple one that I made, and I can just give it a tint. You can also choose the type of image if you want it to be, sliced, tiled. It's really useful. Or just filling. And you can use a radial to fill, so you can animate all that and create some effects. Yeah, it's just see. Whatever, but that can be really useful for.
So you could use what you were just doing there for like a health bar. You have a health bar on the screen, and rather than like redraw an individual sprite, you say no, just display this chunk of it.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
There was going to be something
I was
Yeah.
hoping there was going to be something.
Yeah, yeah.
too,
So the thing is, I mean, now that we are actually using 3D, and what I wanted is render in 3D the UI and then bringing that into Unity as 2D sprites. But I think it's actually cooler to have that in 3D because it interacts with the light and whatever. I mean, all that is just tests. But yeah, obviously that's what you can do, and all of these are just variables you can access through code, just animate in the animation system. So I'm just gonna forget about all that. Obviously, you have the native size. Obviously, do things really big, and then you just like downsize that in Unity. Here I have the animator because I'm actually animating the title. I'm going to show that to you right away. And here are the two components. You have all these components. If you go here, UI, effects, and you have shadow and outline. And that's where it can get really funky, kitschy, whatever. So the shadow is, you see? Typical job shadow. What's great is that it's using actually the alpha, and you can achieve different looks from that. Same with the outline. So, you know. So you can also animate all that through code. I didn't manage to animate that specifically with the animator in Unity because I think my version was also a little bit outdated. It's not the one you have. Maybe they actually added that. It was quite buggy. But anyways, yeah, you can change the outline color and all that and get this look. That's really simple. And then you have the buttons itself. So what I have here with the title is just an image into my canvas, and I can move it into the bigger canvas that is here. I'm not going to go too much in depth, but what's really cool too is the anchors here. Actually, also depending on the resolution you're using, what is going to be shown on screen, what can be cropped. You can just regulate all that as long as it's in the canvas and it's like child, that it's a child of the canvas itself. So the buttons, and that's where also like the fun starts. So I have campaign, PvP, and player versus and options. So as you can see, if I move that, I also have the guides. I mean, it's exactly like the image that we have with the title, except that so I have actually image, and inside I fit it with one of the sprites that I have, and here it's. Well, okay, yeah, it's like I don't know if you can see it on the because it's in white. Obviously, I made it in white because I wanted it on black. So it's a PNG with an alpha, and this one is straight up. It's not oblique. And what I did was just simply rotating it to get the same angle. I did that like pretty much like trying and experimenting. All I could have done was doing the entire title straight in Photoshop, bring it into Unity, and just rotate the camera, and I would have achieved the same look. You have multiple ways of doing it. The thing is, so if you look at how this the player versus super player button works, because that's the only one that really works right now. You have another script called button, and what I did is like, yeah, of course you want it to be interactable, and you have you choose what transition you want when you click on the button. So what I choose is sprite swap, and I swap the original sprite, which is the one you see on screen, with the other one, which is PvP 2 dash, which is this one. If you actually look at it, yeah. There we go. So that's the one that appears on screen when the button is selected. When the button is highlighted, it just swaps the sprite to this one, and revert to the original one when it's disabled. And then you can choose highlighted sprite, press sprite, and disable sprite. So you can really achieve really interesting look by having different sprites. So like when you keep pressing the key and reliving it, you have different stuff happening, whatever. I just choose something really simple. And then you have the navigation, and that's really visualized. Yeah, that's really magical, I think, for me. I feel like I'm just selling a software, but I do that really well. I should really start thinking about that. See ya.
See you guys tomorrow. Yes.
So yeah, if you can see here, you have this yellow. That's really convenient. You have this yellow arrows. Not really easy to see, but if I move Option U Gold, just relay. So that's how Unity is actually understanding how you will just flip through the buttons.
Okay, so that's basically like the flow chart that says you can go from this button and then you press up.
Yeah,
and down to this
exactly.
button.
The next
Yeah.
one, if you press down, is this one. The next one, if you press up, right, left, or whatever. So you can really create menus that are really complicated. You can just set automatic and say you just have menus like vertical, horizontal, and it will just automatically push that. If I move, okay, I set it up on explicit, so I'm choosing what is up, what is down from this button, what's going to be up, what's going to be down. But if you set that on automatic, as you can see, it changed, and it will change depending on where you place the button on the map.
Interesting.
For me, it didn't work because my buttons are oblique, so I set it on explicit. Oh, you're back. You're back.
Yeah, I was just leaving for a second to gossip with Quinn about all of you.
Good.
Well, all right then.
That's not what we were talking
You're
about.
both kicked out of the club.
Finally.
Don't touch me.
Anyway, carry on. Carry on.
Yes, but I mean, I'm almost done. The last thing is just like choosing what to do when you click on the button, and then you can add. You have this function here. It's empty. This called unclick. On the PvP, what I did is I added just a simple.
Is that a script that on?
Yeah,
runs?
exactly. So it's in
Wait,
script.
wait. What does that do?
Yeah,
Okay, so that's the thing. So here you have this unclick thing, and you can fit it with any object in the scene. I just fit it with the button itself. And on the button, I have a script called PvP change. This, which is just a super simple JavaScript saying if this function is called, change the scene to another scene.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it
change
is.
scene
Yeah,
to
that's
button.
that's
Yeah.
just
Did
it.
you specify which function, or does it just?
Well, I just created. I didn't even say a start function or whatever. I just put function change scene and say, okay, if scene one equal true,
I'm
blah
saying
blah.
on the
blah.
button when you chose
Yeah.
that
You
script.
choose
Is the function in the script, or
yes.
Oh, that's
Yes.
really cool.
Yes, you can actually.
Wow,
you have
okay.
you have a scroll down menu and you choose the function you want,
Wow.
and you just call the function. So it doesn't have to be.
Nuts.
It can be anything. When you click on the
Any
GUI.
function.
If you want a point and click or whatever, you just say when that is clicked, you change the color of it, you add something in inventory, you just trigger a function, any function. So I don't need Motor Develop.
Well, that lets me do more things in code.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's still really cool because you have to do code and you have to like mix a lot, but it's more organic for me, I feel. So yeah, what I'm doing is like I just feed it PvP, and then inside this you choose function. So you can actually access any script that is on the object itself.
Yeah, just compile
So,
it in this.
yeah, so you can even call the exactly. So if you have the outline of the shadow. By clicking on a button, you can actually call the function outline and just change something. So what I say is PvP change, and inside I have change scene, and bool enabled, string tag, all of that. Change scene, and that's it. And then now, if we try playing that, there's also some stuff that's not gonna work because you don't have glow on you. Yeah, but whatever, it works. So now if I press the keyboard, I have this menu that you can select, and if I press enter on character player, I can also do it with the mouse, but I actually remove the point of the mouse because we're not gonna use the mouse. I mean, not maybe in game after when you want to actually fire, but so when you press enter, you just switch scene. Yeah, there you go.
Cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that still looks good without the glow.
It's still fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that
It's still okay.
Good. I was worried. Just like, the glow looks great, but we
Okay.
don't have access to that.
So-
what's it gonna look like without?
Yeah.
So now the GUI, I mean the 3D GUI, whatever. If I may just like show super quickly.
curious how that works as well, or how that's set up, I should say.
Okay, yeah, it's in 2D. It's not what I wanted. Okay, so I didn't even like did something really fancy. All I did was, here's of course our main camera. I set a sphere around, kind of like a mock-up to have the sense of depth. There was also depth of field on my own.
Yeah, of course.
The tip was blurred.
Fancy little-
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, all I did was, so that's our GUI here. It's divided, and I set the GUI as a child of the camera. So when you move the camera, the GUI moves itself. So any animation that is on the GUI is actually, doesn't interfere with the movement of the general GUI itself because it's parented with the camera. So that's why you can still move it when it's actually animating and just so if you have like a steam engine or whatever, something that's just pumping or humping or whatever, you can have. Yeah, I know. Sorry. You can have all that animated while you're moving the GUI. So inside that, so I have 3D GUI, which is the entire object itself, and inside I have first bar. It's highlighted. You can see all.
These are just OBJs, I assume?
Yeah. All this, it's on FBX actually, so
Well,
I would keep any animation or texturing. I had to retexture a little bit, but see when you have extra, it's actually composed with multiple objects. You can just activate and deactivate all that.
Nice. So you can like individually still go in.
Exactly. You have the clicker. You have what? Separation and the boost. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show. So inside the boost, I have all these objects that I can just activate and deactivate.
Okay, so you can just turn on
And
whatever ones
yeah, and then if I click on 3D GUI, I have an animator on that. And that's also the thing about Mechanim. So it's 3D GUI. If you look at it, so all I have is this, and inside I have only one animation. With one animation, I did all the animation of the GUI. See, that's how it works. If I click on the general GUI, where I have the animator and animation, I have all the different animations stacked into one animation file.
And did you animate all that in Unity? Or
Yeah.
Within, okay.
Yeah. So if you look at it. So I have the general GUI that just pops up,
Okay.
and I have curves, and then, yeah, it just...
Okay. Cool.
So you see you have like boost, extra position and all that, and it's just keyframes. And you have the click...
Still have individual control over that, so you can theoretically like change the...
Exactly.
If you're like draining or using the boost bar or whatever, you can like kind
Yeah.
of change the animation and just be this section instead of...
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you have a general animation for the whole 3D GUI, and inside you can animate all the childs. It's just great. You can copy paste keyframes now and everything. See, the clicker is like appearing and disappearing. Here it's not super easy to see, but anyways, you have the extension of the different gouge. It's going really fast, but what I did, because it was too long otherwise, than just activating every one. I mean, it's doable, but it would be way easier to do it by code. I just changed the scale of the two other bars, and that's how it's done. There's one last thing, is the point light also has animation. So when you actually start the scene, there's a light that is set on the GUI. That's why when you start playing the game,
You broke it.
And there's no shadow information or anything like that, so it's not going to add a whole lot
No.
to the
See?
processing.
That's it.
Okay.
So there's a light that just
Yeah, cool. Have you done any experience with that in terms of performance? Like, does it drain anything having a light?
Well, I mean, it works really fine on your computer. I feel like I don't know. On mine there's like glow and depth of field,
Yes,
and
yeah, sure.
it's still doing pretty
So it
fine.
works really well.
It really depends when we will have a lot of bullets and
Right.
a lot of and the ships really like fighting each other. But see, yeah, you have the light and just the
Cool. Yeah. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. I don't imagine zero weight, given that it's supposed to be like a one-on-one thing.
Right.
All we're really going to be spawning is little tiny spheres of like 10 polygons apiece.
Yeah.
Like a plane around or something.
and that's it.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I covered most of it. I mean, the title is also animated, like slightly. There's actually a glow animation. That's how you see it in the video, which is pulsate and glow.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, the title has an animation to just slide. With the alpha changing.
Right.
So that's why you have the whole introduction. There you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for the.
Yeah, there's really a lot to dig, but it's I don't know. It's really fun and easy now to do menus and GUIs.
Yeah.
The cool thing too, one last thing is that you can actually set. You can set the GUI in space, and that's what I was actually planning to do with the 3D GUI. I was about to use this sprite and just tilt it, because you can just,
Just rotate on Z.
it's actually not Z, it would be Y.
Or whatever axis is relevant.
Fuck.
God, don't you know anything about axes?
There we go.
Cool.
Yeah, you can rotate all that, and you can actually, on Canvas, you can change if you want, world space, overlay, a camera, and that's really cool. If you use camera, it will just follow the camera. I set it in world space because it was, I don't know why exactly, because it was way easier for the main menu, but if you have a GUI, during the fights or whatever, you want the GUI to be just an overlay, so it will just overlay the entire screen. Whatever. And yeah, you can set that, slightly oblique, kind of like in Metroid Prime, do stuff like that. In a lot of other games that I can think of, where they have a menu that is just 2D, but in space,
Yeah.
tilted.
Cool.
So
Yeah. Thanks for the run through. That was cool.
I do that every Monday.
Okay. So is there anything else that we want to see or discuss, or anything else? Any other
I guess
notes?
you wanted to talk about JDB stuff.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to ask about rides and things. So, like, me and Taylor have to be there for Sunday, so we're going to be traveling up on Saturday. Y'all are all welcome to join in that or make your own arrangements. I'll probably it's gonna.
I'm going. Bruce may or may not be going.
I think I'm gonna go.
Alright.
He's leaning towards the yes.
Leaning towards it. Are tickets still available and everything
They're
for?
available until the 25th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll be staying at my parents' house in
Right.
San Francisco, so I don't have to worry about hotel. But I can help anybody get up there if they have somewhere to stay.
Okay. But y'all be taking care of those own rides for that. You'll be
Right.
driving yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Rodrigo, you have like hotel and ride and everything up there, or have you arranged, or you? Huh?
I don't think I'm going.
Not going. Okay. Okay.
This sounded a little judgy.
Well, that's just.
Oh, not going. Oh, interesting choice.
Oh yeah, interesting choice. You're just not gonna go. Okay. All right. No.
I guess you just don't like games.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. If you're not really that into games, it's okay.
Okay. So
Just
then,
kidding.
no, it's fine. All right, then that pretty much covers that because me and Taylor are already planning on driving up together, so we'll manage that.
I might be up in the Bay Area for that.
Okay.
I don't know if I can.
Yeah, you mentioned that you may be around, but not necessarily
Going.
specifically to. Okay. Cool. Like I mentioned, I believe before,
You
just
can
kind
go
of
to the
hit us
cool
up and let us know if you're around.
Exactly.
There's I've literally got a Facebook page for parties, like GDC parties. I got linked to.
All right.
Yeah, like that's apparently a whole thing.
That's funny.
So I've got to look into that more.
I
But
know you guys are all really into party drugs.
right, all the
Dancing
drugs,
all night.
just tons of drugs and hookers, lots of hookers.
I like me the ecstasy.
Yes, so much ecstasy.
That was really funny to hear you say it in that very red calm.
So much ecstasy.
Yes.
And the crack,
Yes.
lots of the crack.
And the crack.
Okay,
Wow.
so anyway, yeah, I mean, I guess that pretty much covers it. So I'll just have to arrange directly with Taylor, and probably look into some other, like I'll see if I can find other options for I'm having issues with my hotel. They've got hotel stay for every day arranged other than Thursday and Friday. And it's like, oh, the main days of the event. Thanks. So I've got a
worst case scenario.
If worst case scenario, I'll
I mean,
just
worst
leave my
case
car.
scenario, I have extra rooms at my parents' house.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for.
So,
Appreciate it.
just be a little bit of a drive to get into the city.
Sure.
Park or whatever.
I've got another friend in the area as well, so I can maybe see if we can stay there.
Redwood City.
Redwood City.
Oh, it's up north, right?
No, it says like the south part of the
Redwood City. Oh,
It's like very like Pencil, if I'm not mistaken.
Just out from
here we go.
Silicon Valley.
I think so. I'm not very good.
Oh, here's where I've got it pulled up on the map if you want to.
Oh, yeah.
So there's Redwood City. I think everything's taking place over around here.
Yeah, it's in the Moscone Center.
Yeah. Yeah. So a little bit away, not too bad
So
actually.
we'll probably take in the bar up. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. I've got to make arrangements. It's possible that I'll get an email and be like, yeah, no problem, and we'll discount everything and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know, so I'll be making arrangements and seeing what I can find. I've already sent out a couple of feelers from people in the area, that sort of thing. So.
Cool.
But yeah,
I'm excited.
I am too. I'm looking forward to this. Really am. I'm glad I'll be here. Hoping I'll be completely recovered for then and can do that
Yeah.
without issue. I also wanted to point out this.
Wow.
Yeah.
And-
I've been meaning to take a look at the Unreal Engine.
It's not just money.
Oh,
It's a lot of money.
Wow.
Yeah.
so I can actually also do a demo of.
So we could like talk to them and maybe get that money.
Potentially. It's supposedly open for pretty much everyone.
Well.
I haven't actually clicked on this link to look into the specifics of the program itself, but I was intending to later today. But yeah, it's supposed to be pretty widely available and pretty easily accessible and that sort of stuff. So
Why are they doing it?
how hard would it be
How hard
to
would it be to use Unreal?
How hard would it be to convert?
08 into Unreal?
Yeah.
I was thinking that it's all on their side, I think.
Honestly, if we can like, I've been meaning to look
Yeah.
at Unreal a little bit.
Yeah, Teo's been working a little bit in it.
Yeah, and I'm working right on the project using Unreal, and we're trying to get the grant. We're starting Kickstarter right now. It's called URAN.
What is it?
Please give money. It's called New.
Bring it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bring
It's
it
called,
up.
it's called New. It's the New Vert project. It's called New Renaissance, and it's on Kickstarter right now. And we're privately using Unreal and we're trying to get money from Mythic. No, New Ren, the same one.
New Renaissance
Not that
Studio
personal.
out. Yeah, that looks pretty.
I was pretty sure that was Teo there in the middle right.
Yeah, that's
The
it.
spiked up hair.
We program on period computers.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's a stupid joke.
So yeah, it's a
Oh yeah.
it's a Oculus VR feature, and whatever it is, but
VR music video sort of.
yeah,
It's
it's great.
great.
It's pretty new. I did the second GIF, the one that you just passed.
What,
yeah,
this?
I did that.
I'm very impressed.
And yeah, it's done with the Unreal, whatever. This
Okay,
So
cool.
what do you have to say about Unreal versus Unity?
It is Unreal is
Unreal.
quite amazing. A lot of things. There's
Thank you
still,
for appreciating
there's still
that.
a lot of features you have in Unity you don't have in Unreal, like class simulation. There's a lot of small things, but otherwise it runs smoothly and no Mac, PC, Linux.
Okay, relevant question. Is there anything that we're doing with 08 that is not present on Unreal? And is this worth looking into
No,
potentially?
To be honest, I think it would be better to just finish.
Stick with Unity?
Stick with Unity for now, because
Okay.
it's something we can really do super quickly. Like the UI system, I don't know it works in Unreal.
Okay.
But I do know now the basic of Unreal. I can do a demo of it, convince people. The good thing is like it's $20 per month.
Yeah, it's cheap.
So like, I could personally afford the
Yes,
license.
yes.
Right.
And when you have it, they have amazing support. They have updates like all the time. It's really easy to find tutorials, like official tutorials from them. You should actually pay.
Cool.
You get access to all that, and it's really cool to toy around with it. You can really quickly do great things. Usually,
cool.
it's still quite different in terms of graphics versus C, and that's Sharp.
Yeah, I would actually be into that though.
Yeah, there's a little blueprint system also,
Yeah.
like visual coding
Yeah.
that we use. That I
I'm not all of that individual coding, but sure.
No, but the thing is that you can go back and forth,
Yeah.
which
Cool.
is quite great.
Which
yeah,
could be
no,
potentially helpful.
No,
like,
for you
ones.
to check it out. Nice if you have time for it because it's really great.
And I guess kind of along those lines, I wanted to mention, I was emailing after the talk with Akash saying to just email everyone and ask for free stuff. I kind of did. I mean, obviously, I got shot down by pretty much everyone, which is expected.
Yeah.
But I also I was talking to the Unity guys, and they were mentioning I was asking if there was any kind of like option for free Unity and that sort of stuff, and they kind of hedged their answer with all of that, obviously. But they did mention that there's stuff they're going to be discussing at GDC and announcing and stuff like that. So there may be something coming down that may be interesting for us, or that may be helpful for us, or something along those lines. They may also be offering some kind of
This is open
programs.
building Unity 5, and I believe for Unity 5 it is something for indie devs because that's definitely. I mean, Unity only works right now because
of
the
the indie devs.
indie dev community is so much pushing for it. So.
Right. So there may be some interesting announcements. We'll have to pass by the Unity booth and just kind of generally keep an ear out while we're there, because there may be something of notable interest, given the question that I was asking and the answer that was provided. Again, I was asking for a free version, and she's like, pay attention to GDC.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
You took the Sony.
Hmm?
You took the
Sony?
to get,
I sent emails to Sony Nintendo for dev kits and stuff. I applied to their programs and what have you, and I haven't heard anything back from. But
You've
it's
seen.
a process.
I don't know where I stand that, but I think that Microsoft is actually gonna.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's gonna turn every retail Xbox One into a dev kit.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was one of the.
yeah.
It was one of their promises from the very
Yeah.
launch of the Xbox One.
Yeah, that's
But
true. And
they're actually supposed to be making good on it now.
Wow, that seems like, why would they even bother doing that though? Like, from like, why would they bother making the consumer version capable of being a dev kit?
Well,
Well-
technically, it's a regular PC inside.
Yeah, it's pretty
like,
easy to
like
manage.
the first Xbox, and
Okay.
it's really really easy.
I mean-
So it's like $350 on Xbox One now.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can add that in other dev kit. I bet you would have to pay for Microsoft for getting
I'm
that.
sure you would have to pay to be part of their program or whatever,
You
but
don't
still,
have
it's
to get-
easier for indies to make
Yeah,
games with that.
If
So.
you just pay the license to Microsoft and have your own Xbox One, you can actually do that games.
Yeah. So that seems like a good deal to me.
It's
if
better than
it
the Net
works.
Arrows.
Yeah.
I always wanted to
Yeah.
the PlayStation dev kit.
Yeah.
That they released for a little while,
God.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else? I think
I
that's
think-
it for me.
Ness, I think you asked me about
Yeah.
typing up notes.
The notes that you took during the playtesting.
I was gonna type them up, but I reviewed them, and honestly, the only stuff I really wrote down was I wasn't really taking notes for the meeting per se, except
Okay.
just writing things that I was personally excited about.
Okay.
Like, mines would be really cool, placeable, timed, or triggerable.
It's very important. Yeah.
I
Stuff
remember
like
being
that.
really amped about that idea,
Well,
and
we
what-
didn't know that then.
and then it was just other stuff that you guys have already discussed, like adding in pickups and power-ups
Mhm.
and
Just other variable options to the game.
yeah, and
Okay.
then coming up with some kind of actual like. I know the debris is supposed to be like placed there on purpose by
Mhm.
like
No, coming up with something as to what it
yeah,
actually
as
is.
to what it. But
Yeah.
I guess that's more of like a visual.
Yeah,
design
that's
problem.
something we gotta figure out as well, and that'll come up with. That'll be
Yeah.
something. I include that in the concept art as you
Yeah.
take that on. So.
Okay. I'm sorry I didn't take more notes on like what everyone was saying in
No,
terms
it's
of
okay.
gameplay.
You weren't obligated to. I just noticed that you were writing things
Oh
down.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was more like writing things that like the really angry, mean questions I was asking Nathan. I was like writing down his responses to those things and stuff.
I mean, that playtest was kind of more of a general, like, let's kind of make this feel right sort of thing
Yeah.
anyway, so the specifics weren't too important on that one. We'll go into more specifics once we have all the mechanics kind of finally in
it's
place.
getting really fun. I think like taking the background out so everything stands out. I know this sounds stupid, but it makes
worked.
playing it a lot more
It
fun.
did a lot to help.
I don't
Yeah, I agree.
like. Damn, what a difference! I
Yeah, I felt that too.
I think it just makes everything look more slick and like modern.
Yeah, I'm much more willing to show off that little crappy like Tron line level.
It looks
and-
temporary but designed.
Right,
Like, it's-
right.
It looks
So-
like
Cool.
the wall in Dead.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
improvement.
So yeah, I'm liking it a lot more as it is. But I want to also note, I don't know how aware everyone on this was, but me and Taylor were playing the game for a while after everyone kind of like left and like funneled out.
Like 37 to 47 points or something.
Yeah, like 47 some odd points. We played 50 games of 08, and like we really started to feel like this was actually kind of getting the boxing vibe to it. Like Taylor felt like it was actually kind of
So
like
you kept
it felt like.
pushing sliders around.
Yeah, well, we mostly kept the sliders in the same place after we'd done all the, like, everybody was kind of like wandering out.
Uh-huh.
We kept them largely in place of where it was then. And but at that point we had, we made it back to the reasonable settings where it was, like a normal punching speed and things like that. And it started to, started to feel kind of like what we're wanting it to feel like. It's not obviously 100% there. We don't have blocking. Well, we didn't have blocking at the time. Or there was a lot of like weirdness and the controls weren't working properly, so we were, But the feel is starting to get there, so that's
The trails.
the trails helped so freaking much. I don't know why, but like adding trails to the bullets made them feel so much more
The
impactful.
visuals make the gameplay feel very different. Yeah. That's my really profound comment.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's like
Thank you, Just Fuchsius.
it's the sort of thing where it's like people say, "Oh yeah, just gray box it until it feels right," but at the same time, it's like if there isn't something
There's
there
a
to
point,
engage you visually,
yeah.
then like you're not getting a lot of the experience. Like,
Yeah.
even if it's just like stand-in and stuff. Like,
I
Right.
think the truth is somewhere in between.
It is.
It is. It really is. So I think we're at a good place. Like we have the gameplay, and there's enough visuals there. And then now it's just like adding in final textures, figuring out the final visuals, and all that sort of stuff.
I think you
The gameplay's
you should
there.
add trails to ducks. I think that's what the game is like.
Everywhere, just
Add
everything
trails
is
to
trails.
everything.
These trails.
That's what we added for the second game. I remember.
We did. I need to revamp that and like have it. Oh! That was one other thing I wanted to ask about. The Digital Arts Expo.
Oh yeah.
Ryu, I know you mentioned that you were potentially talking to Ajay and all that to have us a spot for that. Do we need to officially apply and all that sort of thing?
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
But
Okay.
what do we want?
When is that?
A space where we can show, 2 games?
Yeah, I mean, we can kind of show off everything we've made. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll just do kind of like we did at the end of the
Yeah.
fall semester or whatever, and just kind of show off
It's the
everything we got.
But I'm thinking like maybe 2 projectors, so we can have the 2 games we were working most on.
Yeah.
being projected.
We definitely want to put some effort into 08 and such,
Right.
like, and Coffee Cutie if it's playable, I guess.
Submission deadline is March 15th. That's the same as Portfolio Day, right?
I think so, something like that. But yeah, so we definitely need to make sure that we're involved in that because I mean it's perfect for what we're doing. So
Do you know the date of the actual expo?
it's the weekend.
Yeah.
It's a weekend. I want to say it's like May, the beginning of May.
Okay.
I want to say it's like first weekend of May or something along those lines.
Okay. We
But yeah,
could
it's-
just go
it's
ahead
end of the
and-
year.
And submit, type a bunch of bullshit into these forms, and then get stuff done by the open.
Right. I mean, what we have now is enough to show off again, like we've done one showcase. So.
We should also have
The demo for Legulary? Yeah, I think that works too. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that had a good reception at the last one, so let's keep that rolling. I mean, but yeah, we can set up and we'll have as many stations as we can of all these things. I want to put Lux out there as well, just in the shape it was in, like just in the format it was in last year, just to have because when I had the just little like multiplayer thing, I'll just kind of toss in 2 more players and let 4 people go at it basically, just with visuals now. So I'll have that as well. And then between that. 08, Coffee Cutie in whatever form it'll be in, Legulary in whatever form it'll be in, and then we can have like a station still for Sorting Master and that sort of thing. If you want to, we'll have anything on the side like the Karate Chop Master that Taylor did or whatever. We can have other spaces for the small stuff that we did last time. You know.
Nathan, do you like the thing that I added with the game, the snipers that I made the other
For what now? For what? Sorry.
Last year you did the shoot 'em up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no, anything would be fine. Like any games that we want to show off, we can. Like, I'd be happy to have everybody's games involved in it. Just like whatever games we're making. If we want to just have a whole room full of games, even if it's other people's games, I'm okay with that. Just so long as we have a space to show off our stuff. You know? Yeah, because that was really cool. That was a really cool little game. So.
Yeah, we need to request a specific number of disease.
Okay. Okay. We'll have to figure out exact numbers of what we want. And we can kind of discuss that over Slack and stuff as well as we think of it, and I'll go through the submission and all that, I guess, and find out exactly what information.
I think I've got some.
Yeah, that would make sense.
We could probably do it either way. Do you think it'd be better to submit one form for everybody's project, or?
I think we do it
As a group, just as the club to do it all at once, and then.
We're gonna organize the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think so. But we can look into that a little bit more over the next week, and talk about it maybe at next meeting or something.
Can you do a logo?
God, please, can you?
Of course, I love it.
Yeah, no, I would love to have a logo for us, to have something to
There's
it.
gonna be some glow.
Of course there's going to be some glow. But yeah, no, you're more than welcome to. I would love that. So.
And a trail.
And a trail.
Oh, yes.
It has to have a motion trail on the end of that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Also on those lines, I'm going to be setting up a Facebook page for Zero Weight in the near future as well. Probably just over the weekend or something like that, just to have something as a platform to begin to show off as we're building it and as things are developing, whatever, to get some buzz, so that when it comes time to look into getting backing or getting Kickstarter or whatever we want to go into, we can do so. And then I'll get Alex to make other accounts at other places as well, and he can kind of take care of the Twitter and other things like that. Yeah. And I mean, if he's not, whatever.
If he's not,
It's not like it's.
Yeah, I couldn't believe you
I
said
I meant more of in the marketing sense. If not, we'll manage other ways. But
It's okay.
I wasn't actually talking about the guy being a lie. I was talking about him just doing this.
Okay.
Jesus, I'm not that awful, people. Come on.
We're all expendable.
You are. You are all expendable
If for
minions.
some reason
that I get to
Alex
step
is
on as
dead,
I move
then
up to power.
we'll find somebody else. It's no big deal.
Well, I feel like an asshole.
Why don't we wail on Mutiny and go into this?
Oh my god. But anyway, so yeah, the marketing stuff will be happening, and I'm obviously going to be showing off. I'm talking to every freaking body that I can at
I can
GDC.
ask Jake to do a streaming of Zero Weight. This is doing streaming.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah,
And he would do it actually.
yeah, stuff like that. We can start once we have a reasonably coherent build to show off. We can start looking into doing
I
things
think
like that.
Which
just
YouTubers
fairly soon.
doing streaming.
I don't want to push out too much right now because we don't have final visuals, we don't have final gameplay. We don't have final anything. So it's I don't want to go crazy with it, but I do want to start putting the word out there and be at least show people hey, we're developing this game, and keep the development open enough so people can get interest.
You could sort of fill up time by showing a little bit of the process, blow it up and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do, to show, to just kind of show people, this is what we're doing now, and this is kind of why we're doing it, and how we're approaching things, and that sort of thing. Keep it open so people can see, what's going on, and get excited about it, and that sort of stuff.
Put it in the corner this big.
Release a demo of Zero Weight, but have it be at 10 by 20 resolution.
Exactly, there
You
you
should
go.
do what professionals do, and instead of just releasing gameplay, show 2 seconds of gameplay, and then people playing the game whoa!
Oh no, even better. I can.
half a second of gameplay.
Yeah.
No,
high-fiving each other.
we can do what real professionals do and just show off just like put out there a trailer and just be like, yeah, look at our awesome
For
game.
Robotech.
And I love how this is happening with like something else entirely unrelated. I was going for just Robotech, but now we're watching this. But you know, we can just be like, yeah, look at our awesome stuff that we did, and you know, look at our GUI system, rockets, glowing rockets.
I love animation of things powering up, or people
Yes.
putting weapons
Right.
together, or people packing up weapons to go fight people. Like, I love that kind of stuff. Or
You should make a game that's just that.
That's just that, yeah.
I want to make a game where that's like a 5-minute intro, like packing, getting ready, pushing buttons, opening controls.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be fine with having that as like the intro cinematic of Zero. You know,
Everyone
And
knows
then walks over to the larger Mac and gets inside of that Mac.
putting on a helmet, opening up the cockpit.
Oh yeah.
wait, did you just say a small Mac getting inside of a larger Mac? Yes.
Wait, what? No, I
Yes.
Sorry, I misheard
Okay,
you the first
so-
time.
If you do a tiny Mac, then you walk over to the larger Mac and you get
No,
inside of that.
that's much better than my
Yeah,
idea.
no,
That's
I want to do that. So like you start off with the guy putting on his backpack, and he's equipping all of his gear, and he gets into this mech, and then he pilots that mech to do the same thing, puts on its gear, and gets inside of another mech, and that larger mech goes off and actually transforms and goes into a full battle. Perfect.
You know, like punching through time and space.
Oh my god.
No, you're
Okay. Anyway,
Any more
yeah.
items on the agenda?
I think we're done. We've covered everything I wanted to cover, and a little bit of the things that I forgot that I wanted to cover. So yeah,
I will try and have some basic colors for the next
Great.
week.
that'd be fantastic. I will try to have.
Did you render originally in Unity, like the colors and stuff for the ship?
Did I never? Okay, I have on this. Yeah, I have a tutorial here of how I did it, and it's all just in Maya.
Well, I just wanted to kind of see what they had originally looked like. Because I like when
The ships, like the specific-
OBJs are just
Oh!
shaders. There's no.
Had you not seen the in game?
I had. I just wanted like a reminder, like a visual reminder.
Like a picture.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this isn't the same ship, but it's the same visuals,
But okay.
just because it's queued up already.
All right. Cool.
But yeah, so just something like that was kind of what we had.
Knowing that this
I think he's talking about a reference for the colors.
Reference for the colors themselves. There's actually a file for the colors. If you want the file itself, it's in the it's in the 08 folder. Do I have a 08 master folder in here? Unity projects, 08 master assets, materials. I assume it's in materials. Maybe it's not. I assume it's not. Oh yeah, there we go. So. Oh god, it's got to open up Photoshop for this. Yeah, I need to disable you. So that's the texture file.
Okay.
16 by 16 pixels.
All right.
Yeah, that's your texture file. So it was just that's why the UVs were such bullshit, because it was just that.
Cool.
So, but yeah, the colors are there. It's in the 08 folder. If you just download the 08 project, it's in there.
Okay.
I don't think it's individually uploaded. If you just want just those TIFF files, I can send them to
all
you.
of in Unity. How did you transfer the? Just put the Unity. I don't know what you did.
I just export the OBJ files that are up there. Have all of the everything that you need.
Well, they weren't-
The textures,
the
yeah.
textures weren't on the
The
OBJ.
textures aren't in the OBJ itself. I mean, OBJ doesn't carry texture
No,
information. but
that's fine. You should maybe export an NBX and then you would have to just put the calls and
I mean, I guess there's that. I didn't even think of
Yes,
that.
I don't know. We didn't try it. Yeah.
I mean, it's just an OBJ file and the texture file. So it's just two, the two files instead of
So
one.
in Unity, you just create a material and you just drop the Unity. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a flat shader in Unity. Just
Yeah.
for, yeah. For the new ones, for the update, whatever, we may or may not want to use like a diffuse shader or what have you. We'll figure out the exact shader information as we go.
Oh, okay. Now I see what you guys did. Oh,
Yeah, this is
okay.
just a flat.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's no shading here. This is just a flat shader.
No.
Maybe
Yeah. The UV
the
maps.
UVs.
you have like a cell shading.
Oh, makes sense.
Cell shaded shader Maya, right?
No,
Oh.
no. This is this is literally just this texture. There is no light here. There is
No,
no.
but I mean, like the black outline. What is it?
Oh,
It's
that's the inverted.
It's an
mesh.
inverted mesh.
Yeah.
It's
It's slightly enlarged and then inverted.
Oh.
Yeah.
it's in here.
Yeah.
It's in here somewhere.
So that's how you created this sub outline.
Yeah.
It's a
So
clever trick. Like, what was that game that you the
Leo Ogawa showed it to me, or showed me the technique. Leo Ogawa, if you know him.
But that Aztec game.
Oh, yeah, Aztez.
Aztez, yeah. They were using that all.
I
over.
posted. There are several different references for this technique that I posted.
Because after that Indian, you can actually get really same style of show that you didn't probably look as.
It would. It doesn't. Yeah, it's not as crisp. It doesn't work quite as well. Let me see if I can find the.
They even had like a whole like
Yeah.
game dev article about that particular technique, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really used such a gig, so I don't really.
Let me just find it on my Pinterest because I know it's there.
I know from the notes which games they wouldn't be all over.
Was it not that Gama Sutra article you used?
No, it wasn't. This is advertising.
Okay.
Oh wait. No. Okay. Yeah, this is just advertising. They're doing a GDC panel on it,
Cool.
which is cool, but it's not particularly relevant to me.
Well, it's.
This will load.
I can look it up
Well, right here. But yeah, so that image pretty much shows it exactly. So you have just the object inside of itself. It's just a clone of itself.
No, it is, yeah.
And then you just make the UVs of the outside, just take them all and just shove them onto just that one flat color.
Yeah, you invert them all.
Yeah, and you just invert the normals, and yeah, and you get like a perfect outline. You don't have to. It's not like any extra processing hardly. It's just a little bit of extra geometry. So very simple, lightweight, and looks awesome to me. I really enjoy it. But yeah, so it's a really, really easy, really simple technique, and that's pretty much the crux of the zero weight style. And like I said, there's a bunch of stuff about that. I put the 3D texture tutorial here that is me walking through it if you want to just walk through that. And then in here, in our tutorials and resources, somewhere in Leo Ogawa shading.
Okay.
So I have that there. And so you can see, just kind of how he approaches, how I approached it, and that'll kind of tell you as to how it works. But yeah. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I guess that's it. Yeah. Any last comments before I stop the stream? We're done?
No more balls to
Balls to the wall.
No more pulsating balls. Okay, bye, everyone.